Good evening, everyone. As you all know, we are in different times. My name is Sharon Stroy, the Director for the Office of Public Engagement in the School of Public Affairs and Administration. I serve as the Director to connect our SPAA family, faculty, staff, students, alumni together, community partners together. Tonight, we are ending a year-long celebration of the 15 years that SPAA has been officially a school. It is my pleasure to welcome those who are in Zoom, as well as those who are here in person for a small reception. Please understand, as we are in different times, this is our first attempt at a hybrid event. So please feel free to participate in Zoom, share the love, send us some love here in the Paul Robeson Campus Center at Rutgers University North. Tonight, we're just going to celebrate and highlight some of the things that we've done this past year, as well as recognize who our amazing students are in this event. One of the first things that I want to do and proud to say is that I am not the host this evening, that there will be other people who will serve as a host. And so I would like to take this moment to introduce our two hosts, one in person and one virtual. Our virtual host for this evening is Chastity Gooding-Klein. Chastity is in her final year in her MPA program, concentrated on healthcare administration. With her MPA degree, she hopes to utilize her combined work of history and education to have an impact in the healthcare industry by advocating for patient equality. Chastity is part of the 2021-22 SPAA Ambassador Cohort and is currently serving as the chairperson for the fundraising subcommittee. She is a sister of Omega Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and frequently volunteers with organizations such as the Unforgotten Haven, Camden County's Women's Center, and SERVE. Say hello to Chastity in virtual space. Chastity, wave to everyone. Our in-person host tonight is Monica Galas. Monica is a first-generation Latina who was born, resides, and works in Patterson. As she pursues her MPA, she's a youth counselor at the Passaic County One Stop Career Center. She assists youths from the Patterson community who are in need of securing employment, furthering their education, and more. She is also serving as a SPAA ambassador for the 21-22 academic year and serves as the chairperson for the Marketing and Recruiting Committee. She is a sister of Lambda Theta Alpha Latin sorority. And at this moment, I would like to bring to the podium Monica Galas, our in-person host.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Monica Gallus. It's nice to see everyone in person and virtually as well. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Thank you to everyone who came out in person. I know it's, like Director Stroy said, different times at the moment. So we greatly appreciate everyone who is present in person and virtually. So right now, I would like to introduce Dean Charles Menefield. Dr. Charles Menefield is current Dean of the School of Public Affairs and Administration at Rutgers University, Newark. Dean Menefield came to Rutgers SPAA from the University of Missouri, Columbia, where he was Associate Dean for Academic Programs at the Harry S. Truman School of Public Affairs since 2013 and Professor since 2012. Prior to that, he was at the University of Memphis for 9 years, where he was a professor and associate professor, and served as director of the Public and Nonprofit Administration Program. Dean Menefield's research interests lie primarily in the areas of budgeting and financial management, public health and welfare, and minority politics. Other areas include public management, information systems, education finance, and public administration education. He has 2 books on minority politics and 2 books on public budgeting and financial management. His current research examines the prevalence of obesity, infant mortality, and other healthcare factors on children. Menefield has served on the Executive Council of the Network of Schools of Public Policy Affairs and Administration. As president of the International Conference on Local Government and on editorial boards, including Public Administration Review, Journal of Public Budgeting, Accounting and Financial Management, Journal of Health and Human Services Administration, and the Ralph Bunche Journal of Public Affairs. An award-winning teacher, he is a former Ronald E. McNair Scholar, and in spring 2016, won the Missouri University Faculty Achievement Award in Diversity, and he is a fellow in the National Academy of Public Administration. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Charles Menefield to provide opening remarks. Thank you.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Monica. Let me begin also by welcoming each of you as distinguished family members to this event. Is it working? Okay. I am honored to be here today with you as the Dean in the School of Public Affairs and Administration. It's very nice to see SPAA family members in person after we have been on Zoom and other platforms for over a year and a half. I've never been a fan of going to meetings, but I have to tell you that this in-person meeting is actually something I was looking forward to. As alumni, coworkers, and students, it's really nice to see people in person versus online. As you know, Rutgers University, New York is celebrating its 75th year in the Rutgers system. It's very important to take time to recognize milestones such as this, because these sort of things are important in our history. As the saying goes, it's difficult to plot a course moving forward if you don't know where you've been. We've seen many students come and go over the years. The addition of new concentrations, new faculty, and staff have come and gone. We can go on and on with this list, but it speaks to the sort of changes that have occurred at SPAA over time. However, as these things occur, the program has matured and we have become much better at what we do. Our processes have changed, our educational areas have expanded, and we serve our students with new technology that has afforded us an opportunity to literally reach students around the globe. In fact, I would like to take a few minutes and walk you through the evolution of our school. Before I do so, I want to share some more general information about the school for those of you who may not be fully aware of what we do. The School of Public Affairs and Administration has 26 faculty and 15 staff who prepare students for careers in public service and administration, as well as academic research and teaching. Its educational mission is driven by the promotion of a competency-based knowledge, the celebration of diversity, and the advancement of the highest principles of ethics and public service. The school features innovative and comprehensive programs leading to an undergraduate Bachelor of Arts degree in Public and Nonprofit Administration, a master's degree in Public Administration, an executive MBA, a PhD, and a variety of professional and graduate certificates. This includes 3 non-credit certificate programs, that is the New Jersey Certified Public Manager Program, Appreciative Inquiry for Strength-Based Leadership and Innovation in Public and Nonprofit Sectors, and a Leadership and No Blame Problem Solving Certificate. We also have 5 credit-bearing certificates in Nonprofit Management, Budgeting and Financial Management, Leadership of Public Organization, Healthcare Administration, and Public and Nonprofit Performance Management. Over 450 students, a large percentage are from diverse backgrounds, are enrolled in SPAA's various educational programs. SPAA's graduates have successfully secured executive positions in the public and nonprofit sectors, as well as tenured professorships at dozens of colleges and universities around the world. SPAA's faculty has gained international recognition in fields such as public and nonprofit management, budgeting and finance, healthcare, policy, and administration. The school has gained recognition as presidents of the American Society of Public Administration, a network of schools of public policy affairs and administration, and Public Management Research Association. SPAA faculty have authored more than 50 books, served as members of the National Academy of Public Administration, and won numerous awards for outstanding work in the field of study. Our students are not far behind in winning awards and representing our school in leadership positions at the university as well. I could go on and on about these sort of things, but you can see our achievements are vast. SPAA's success is attested to by the thousands of graduates now serving in positions of leadership in the public and nonprofit sectors, the expanding number of inquiries and participants in our program, and by the respect of our peers who elevate the school to top rankings in US News and World Report. In fact, SPAA is ranked 9th in urban policy, 12th in public management and leadership, 14th nationally in nonprofit management, and 31st in public finance and budget. Overall, the school is ranked 34th nationally. With respect to New Jersey, we are the top ranked program in the state among public universities. We're second in the tri-state area, and we are second in the Northeast among public universities. As you can tell, we have a lot to be proud of. These rankings reflect the hard work of our students, alumni, our staff, and faculty, and we are very proud of all of you. So how has the program evolved over time? Well, I'm going to go back a little bit further than 15 years. We actually started in 1975 with the master's program in public affairs and administration. We welcomed our first students and awarded our first MPA degrees in 1976. In 1987, we started the executive MPA program in Trenton. In 1989, NASPA accredited us for the first time, and we have been continuously accredited throughout that period. In 1994, we began offering the PhD program. To date, we've graduated over 100 students with a PhD. In 1998, we offered the nonprofit certificate for the first time. In 2006, SPAA as an institution or as a school began when the Rutgers Board of Governors approved it. Dean Mark Holzer was our first dean. In 2008, we began offering undergraduate degrees. In 2010, our first undergraduate students graduated. It was the first bachelor's degree in public affairs and administration of its kind in the United States. In 2012, we added the Certified Public Management program to our list of offerings. In 2013, SPAA launched a fully online Master's of Public Administration degree. In 2019, we started receiving awards for our work. This included the Social Equity Award from NASPA. In 2020, we started our first cohort of SPAA student ambassadors. And of course, in 2021, we celebrate 15 years as a school at Rutgers University, Newark. As you can see, we've come a very long way, and we're only getting started. We spent the first 2 years of my deanship working on a strategic plan. Now we're bringing that plan to reality. There's no doubt in my mind that several new proposals, that is academic proposals, will emanate from that plan. That plan will take the school to the next level as we provide our students the best education possible as they join the workforce. None of these things will be possible without your support. With that said, I charge each of you with the task of doing all that you can do to support our school and our students. Your ability to play a pivotal role in their lives and our university has never been greater. I ask you to join me in investing in our future as a school and as a university. Trust me when I tell you that your efforts now and in the future do not go unrecognized. Rutgers SPAA truly is a place where service meets leadership, and I know we all embrace that tagline. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you, Dean Menefield. And now I would like to let everyone know that the SPAA ambassadors are currently running a fundraiser in recognition of the 15th anniversary of SPAA. So we are asking for 100 donors to give $15 each. And this fundraiser will be running until December 31st. And our goal is to hit $1,500. And if we reach this goal, there is a matching offer of $1,500, which would total $3,000. And this would be for support for public and nonprofit leaders. So if you are here in person, there is a flyer on the table that looks like this with a QR code, which you can scan on your phone, and it will take you directly to the link in order for you to donate. And I know that Chastity will be dropping the link in the Zoom chat as well. So thank you, Chastity. And now, oh, sorry, Chastity. Now I would like to acknowledge that our keynote speaker is present here in person, Shantae Palmer. She's sitting here, and I know Chastity will be presenting her virtually as well. Thank you, Chastity.
Thank you, Monica. As she just mentioned, I did drop the link for the fundraiser in the chat. So for those of you who are joining with us virtually, you are able to access that. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Shantae Palmer. Shantae Palmer is a public affairs executive, community advocate, and college professor. Her tenure in government, community relations, higher education, and grassroots campaigns spans over a decade and demonstrates exceptional experience and professional distinction. By training and professional principles, Shantae serves the public interest by acting as a responsible advocate for those she represents. She works to provide a voice in the marketplace of ideas, facts, and viewpoints that aid informed public debate and decision-making. She completed the Executive Master Degree in Public Administration in 2014. Ms. Palmer joined the executive leadership team as a Vice Chancellor for External and Government Relations at Rutgers University, Newark on June 7th, 2021. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Shantae Palmer, MPA, Vice Chancellor for External and Government Relations.
I heard if you stay ready, you won't need to get ready. That was my exact thinking when I applied to the Executive Master of Public Administration program at SPAA in spring of 2012. You see, back then, I was a mother of 2- and 7-year-old girls, and I just graduated with a 4-year degree. That actually took me 5 years to complete. At the time, I was 6 years into working at the National Labor Relations Board, and I was going to school completely at night and working a 9 to 5 during the day. Boy, was I tired, but I was motivated. I was motivated for change in my career, motivated for growth, so I kept going. I wanted to be a positive example for my girls, and I was motivated to be the first in my family to not only graduate college, but to receive an advanced degree. At the time, I was only 23. A few months into my studies at SPAA, I was motivated to follow my passions and enter politics. It was then that I began working for the late Senator Frank Lautenberg. This moment in my life was pivotal for so many reasons. I was so proud to study at Rutgers North and to be at a nationally ranked program at SPAA. My public policy work in the United States Senate tied directly to my public administration coursework at SPAA. My work fueled my studies, and vice versa. My love for understanding and influencing public policy that impacts communities, like the community in which Rutgers North is anchored, became my passion, my drive, and the motivation behind my work. SPAA was the springboard that launched my public policy career. I went on to work for Senator Chiesa and Senator Cory Booker before graduating in 2014. 2 years after graduation, I became the senior vice president of a public affairs firm. I went on to teach American government course for 4 years at Essex County College, where I started my studies. And in 2018, I became the head of government relations at Mount Clear State University. At every instance of my career, I was ready for the next move. SPAA helped me get ready. And when I got that call to join Rutgers Newark as Vice Chancellor for External Government Relations, boy, was I ready to return to my alma mater, to give back to the institution that was most pivotal in my career. Education can foster greatness. It can inspire, influence, and guide us on our journeys. Most importantly, it can motivate us to become the best versions of ourselves as it opens doors to future opportunities. I found out ultimately that if you pour your heart into what you believe in, even if it makes you vulnerable, amazing things can happen. So now, I sit before you as Vice Chancellor of External and Government Relations at Rutgers Newark, as a mother of an 11 and 16-year-old girls, and as a proud alumnus of SPAA, who understands that motivation is the electrical power that activates the engine of success. As Vice Chancellor, I have the opportunity to connect policy, community, and private industry to emphasize the social mobility and long-term public investment that makes an institution like Rutgers Newark a powerhouse. As I offer comprehensive insight to local, state, and federal policy matters, my role is to create and uphold meaningful partnerships between the university and the surrounding community. Through these collaborative partnerships, I envision an anchor strategy that will create a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive university community and city. So join me as we celebrate 75 illustrious years of Rutgers anchoring itself to the Newark community. And as we conclude the year-long celebration of SPAA's 15-year anniversary and its influence on the many public servants across the globe. This is an opportunity for us to reflect on our past, celebrate our present, and share our hopes for the future. 15 years ago, SPAA was established with the promise to equip public service administering public goods with the best public administration education in the nation. With their sweat and hard work, every new program established, every new center opened, and with every new grant obtained, our faculty turned that dream into a reality. To all SPAA students and alumni here today, I implore you to maintain and grow as leaders that exudes compassion, stealth, creativity, and integrity. Your SPAA degree is not a sign of a finished product, but an indication that you are prepared for life. You are ready and equipped for your next opportunity now. Remain committed to values, promote diversity, encourage ideas, be persistent, accountable, impartial, noble, stay motivated, and uphold civic responsibility. But most of all, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Thank you.
Thank you, Shantae Palmer, for those very, very inspirational words. At this time, I'd like to introduce a photo montage that show and highlight some events over the last 15 years for SPAA.
Thank you, Chastity. So tonight we were going to have an alumni come speak, but unfortunately he is sick and was unable to make it. So we will be having a current student have us do a spoken word. Her name is Ebony Oak. Ebony?
Hi, my name is Ebony Bug, and first and foremost, I would like to say congratulations for the 15 amazing years of work that y'all been doing. This poem is called Message to the People. I give life, but I am not God, for he is the creator, creating me uniquely in his image. I fight for you to have access to every part of that image, sometimes trying to give you more of the picture than the film that I have. I am more than enough, more of the queen than what I used to be, and more of a friend than what I used to have. You see, I have scars that are hidden, but when you close your eyes and listen carefully, you can hear it in my voice. I am laughter. God knows I love to laugh. I have that Ebony, you're so crazy type of laugh, and somehow it always seems to get me in trouble. Of course, good trouble. R.I.P. to John Lewis. Speaking of peace, I am that chant. No justice, no peace. I speak on behalf of what's right. I speak on behalf of what's fair, and you won't hear silence until justice is served. But then again, you really hear Ebony silent. She feeds off of social vibes, connecting with everyone in hindsight. She is a boss, legend in the making. But the one problem is Ebony can't afford to be human. You see, society's perception confuses me with being grouped in a category, saying we are all the same or at least similar, when the truth is we are far from it. My identity doesn't lie embedded in the clothes that I wear, or the way I decide to dress my hair, or even the fact that I'm a brown-skinned girl. You see, I have to deal with changing the stigma and letting Martin Luther King dream ring true. Judge me by the content of my character. Treat me by the content of my character and love me despite of the content of my character. You see, if I had to answer the question, who am I? A simple answer would be extraordinary. It's in all of us. A carbon pressed and pressured by life to create diamonds. You are a diamond. I am a diamond, and I'm speaking to everyone. Because when you say I am, let me fill in the blank and say for the people. I am my community, a product of my environment, and I like to add a very good product. You see, we all learn that life is unfair and that life is short, but somehow it can always be worse. I encourage you today to enjoy and smile, even though it may be hard. Look at it for a more positive and constructive type of view. Work to change the things you can and be at peace with the things you cannot. I'm so proud of the people that we are becoming. Change agents and real superheroes, working to truly be our ancestors' wildest dreams. But always remember to live, laugh, and love. Congratulations for the 15 years.
Thank you so much. At this time, we wanted to have a moment to have some student video reflections. And these are both two alumni of SPAA, but interestingly enough, they're actually father and son. So at this time, I would like to welcome Robert and Isaiah Friday. We're gonna hear a few words from them both. While we work on the technical issues with this video, I did want to open the floor for anyone, a student, alumni, preferably on the Zoom platform first, but if anyone is in the audience and would like to offer any alumni remarks, now is the time to do so.
Everybody seems to be shy. Can you hear me? There we go. See, they can hear me. Since everybody seems to be shy today and don't have anything to say about 15 years of SPAA, I know there are some people that are in the Zoom that are my fellow colleagues and alumni But before I open it up to them and start calling you out, because you know who I am, my name is Sharon Stewart, and I stalked our colleague who has since retired, Gail Daniels, for a position. After I completed my MPA degree, it was probably one of the best experiences that I could have ever had. And Norma Ricucci and Suzanne Piotrowski were some of my first professors. So to work alongside with them now is nothing but an absolutely amazing. And so once I completed my degree, I knew that this is where I was supposed to be. And I know poor Gail Daniels, I probably got on her nerves, but I was just like, whatever they opened up in SPAA, I needed to be there. I had left the School of Arts and Sciences as a student counselor. And guess what? I became the first assistant dean for the undergraduate program in the School of Public Affairs Administration. And it was absolutely amazing. Hundreds of students have come through the door. When we started, we had 2 graduates, Isaiah Friday and Carissa Meyer were our first 2 graduates. And we had 25 students. We were fortunate to be able to watch the program grow and continues to grow now. And fortunately, I was able to transition once Dean Menifeld was hired, because after 20 years in higher ed and advising students, I love students, but I was worn out. And so it was like, what else do you want to do? And the thing about it is I saw so much benefit and value in public administration that SPAA needed to be more heavily involved in the community. Our alumni are amazing. I am still in touch with people that are classmates. And so I felt that my role as the Director of Public Engagement is the opportunity to bring everybody together, faculty, staff, students, and alumni, and our community partners. And so when Dean Menifeld asked, so what do you want to do? I was like, community engagement. I don't know anything else, because I think we have not reached our full potential. We're getting there, but there's so much potential in what everybody does in SPAA. And so I am just privileged to be a SPAA MPA alum, and welcome to hear from my other classmates. What has this SPAA degree done for you? Enjoy this evening. We have a great holiday, and we look forward to seeing what SPAA does for the next 15 years. So for example, I'm gonna call some folks out because, you know, it's kind of what I do. Andrea, who is in the space, is an alum of SPAA, is gonna share some of her remarks and talk about her brand new business.
Wow, am I?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Dean for
Embarrassing you?
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't talk about any business though.
Oh, wow, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Cozier-McQueen. I am an alumni of SPAA from 2015. And honestly, SPAA changed my life. I was in Rutgers. I graduated from ECC with a 2-year degree, and I came to Rutgers to the business school. It was very difficult. And I was almost on my way out when Dean Stroy came in and essentially was like, no, we got you. And I joined SPAA, and honestly, it was everything that I needed to be. Now I am running my own business that I started last year. Called Pine Tart Co., where I coach creative entrepreneurs and business owners here in Newark, and working on a host of other creative projects. I'm starting a publication called the Newark Journal in January, which is a investigative journalism publication for the city of Newark. And I can honestly say that the work that Dean Stroy did, Professor Dillard, Professor Bonnie, and all the other amazing people that I worked with got me to a space where I'm confident and I am a contribution to the community. So thank you so much again for putting me on the spot. Dean Stroy, I love you so much. And yeah, thank you.
My name is Simone Richardson. I don't remember when I graduated with my undergrad, but I graduated with my graduate in 2020. So 2019, I was an undergrad. I'm just gonna get my thoughts together because I didn't realize I was gonna be up here. So I saw that there was a 15th anniversary SPAA, and I was like, I'm going to this event. I saw it on LinkedIn, and I messaged Dean Troy, and I was like, if you're going, I'm going. And I'll go there in person. And she was like, I'm gonna be there. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I sent her a link to something yesterday, and she's like, I hope you're gonna be at the event tomorrow. And I didn't respond because I was like, you know, when you just don't know if you're gonna do something, but I knew that for the 15th anniversary of SPAA, I knew I wanted to be a part of it because of what SPAA has meant for me. I remember when I first came to Rutgers University in Newark, I was originally going to go to the School of Arts and Sciences, but then I saw Dean Troy to, speak to the HLLC class, and she was just basically selling SPAA to the utmost degree. And I was like, I am switching. I am going to that school. And I remember just the coursework, but then also a lot of the opportunities that SPAA provided me. I think SPAA is one of those schools where you can go as far as you want to go. You just have to make those opportunities happen because you have the support from the different guidance staff. You have deans that really care about you. And I believe it's really a hub where you can let your thinking and innovations really run wild, just as long as you put your mind to it. And so I remember namely a couple of opportunities. One, I was able to go to Arnova in California for the Arnova conference. I remember that being an amazing experience. And then the second opportunity, Dean Menefeld brought this wonderful program called the Promise Prize. Promise Prize, it's not scholarship, it's scholarship? Okay, that's the last word for it. And that was an amazing opportunity, and that led me to go to Chicago and meet a lot of like-minded people that were just really driving forward change in their different communities. And then I think there was one last trip that I believe SPAA took me to. But regardless, I remember not really knowing where I wanted to go, but I knew I wanted to be in the public sector. I knew I wanted to create change. At first, I thought that was going to be in education, and then I switched completely. But I remember a lot of wonderful professors that I had that really shaped my thinking, challenged me to write. Professor Newbold, I had never written or cared so much about papers until I sat in front of her class. And I remember stressing about capstone, and Professor Emos being there late at night, just watching me she was always like saying, take a deep breath, it's okay, this is gonna pass. And I was like, yeah, I know, but right now in this moment, it doesn't feel like it's gonna pass. But she helped me even craft a capstone that helped me lead to the job that I'm at now. And so I also remember SPAA helped with my internship. It's I work at the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey, but the Port Authority never came to Rutgers before, Rutgers, Newark. And I believe SPAA was hosting them for the first time. And I saw the flyer, I was like, sure, I'll go. And I sat in the room with maybe 50 other people. A lot of people from the business school were there. And we listened to the recruiter, and I remember applying for the job. And then that led me to be an intern at the Port Authority in the Chief Security Office. And I did a lot of record retention, tracking different police records, answering backlogs, and doing a lot of policy work. And I was like, oh, this is interesting, but I want to know more. So the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey has a leadership fellow program that allows you to rotate within the agency 4 times. But I really think one of the things that set me over the edge, it's a very competitive program, is the fact that my capstone really tied very closely to transportation. And that was with the help of a lot of my professors and guidance and staff that really pushed me to think, Simone, look at the capstone as an opportunity. Don't look at it as just a paper. Don't look at it as just something to just do. Think about what you actually want to pivot your career in, because this is their opportunity to really gain experience in researching something deeply. And I took it to heart. And I told my director that I did this. I told the people I was interviewing with that I was doing this. And I think that impressed them enough to help me go in that interview process and furthermore get the leadership level position where I rotated in the agency 3 times. But I attribute the job I have now, which essentially I manage Easy Pass programs, the new Easy Pass system that's about 20 years old. It's going to be revamped in like next year. So I help kind of oversee that transition and managing of that project. And I really attribute a lot of that to SPAA, the classes, learning about bureaucracy, learning about how to make decisions, how to make tough decisions and very quick, and how to make strategic decisions with tight deadlines. It's very practical if you let it be practical, but then also I see the SPAA Ambassadors program, and I think it's really neat because you have the opportunity to create change, but these opportunities that you do almost directly correlate to different scenarios that you see in the workforce. And I didn't realize that until I was there. And I was like, oh snap, I remember talking about this. I remember writing a paper about this. I remember rolling my eyes when the professor said, remember this. And so I think SPAA is a small school, but it's a school full of love, a school full of support. And it's somewhere where you really could go so far if you just take the opportunity. So thank you, in short, for calling me out on the spot. But I do love SPAA, I'm passionate about it. So thank you for hearing me talk for a bit.
So I don't know too many people who are on Zoom personally to call them out. However, we are more than happy to open up the floor again for anyone who's joining us virtually if they would like to share a few words.
I would like to go. Unfortunately, my camera is not at great possession right now. So you would have to look at the logo, which is literally a creation of SPAA. Hi, everybody. My name is Anna Agocha, and I don't even know where to begin about how much SPAA has blessed me. I have been really placed in amazing positions, and everybody from Director Stroy, aka Dean Stroy, to Dr. Emas, to Dr. Emas, to Dean Manifield, and even Shonda. Like every single person has placed me in an amazing position of progress. I received the Presidential Award from Rutgers for the class. It was a public service award for the class of 1962, I think. And it was such a mind-blowing experience because I had the opportunity to really sit down and talk about my life's journey. And, you know, being simply from Africa, there are some expectations that are placed on you. However, I found myself breaking those expectations and even taking the bar higher. And nobody can argue with the fact of how far SPAA has taken me. Right now, I run an international organization, and I'm still an MPA student full-time. And I also run an international organization called We Are the Voice International. You're seeing the logo in front of you. This organization actually came out from an internship that I did through SPAA. I had to do an internship in my undergrad, and I, met this amazing woman, Bonnie Kernes, and this man, Audrey Lutalo, and they took me under their wing. And it was even beyond an internship. It was an opportunity to grow in my activism, but also, in the work that I seek to do in general in the very near future. And from that internship, I hosted my first annual symposium, and Director Stroy helped me throughout the entire way. She gave me the opportunity to be a leader in my creation, and she held me down to a point where I could see myself individually grow, but she also was just pushing me to grow with her. And I very much thank SPAA for the progress that I've done so far. We Are the Voice International is operating in 3 countries right now. And to me, it is still mind-blowing because You know, it's always been a dream of mine, even ever since I was a kid in Ghana, to be able to do something this impactful. And it was done so fast and so quick, because, you know, SPAA took me in as a family and nurtured me in my classes and even beyond classes. They put me into positions in different conferences. I attended conferences with SPAA, I think before even COVID happened. And that was my first, you know, I think academic conference. And I had so much fun, and I had so many connections, and, you know, I went there to learn, and I definitely got what I needed. And every single space that SPAA has placed me is a space of progress. So I want to thank SPAA, and I want to thank every single person, staff, faculty, professors, who have played a great role in every student's life in the past 15 years and onwards. Thank you so much, SPAA, for giving us the opportunity to be ourselves and break boundaries, and break expectations beyond everyone's imagination. Thank you.
Okay, we have one more remark for the night. And it is Gloria Horton from the Broadway House in Newark.
Good evening. Again, my name is Gloria Horton. I am from Broadway House for Continuing Care, which is a long-term care facility here in Newark, New Jersey. We happen to be one of the only HIV nursing homes in the state of New Jersey. And we had the opportunity to have the SPAA students come out to us to talk to us about career paths. But I gotta tell you, before I start that process, I gotta tell you how I met Dean Stroy. So my daughter's in high school, not now, back then. And my husband wanted to get her into the Upward Bound program. He would not let her say no. He came every day and camped outside her office until she got my daughter into this program. So once Dean Stroy got my daughter into this program, my daughter would sit there and roll her eyes and say, I don't want to be here. And so it kept going on and on until she finally went to class and she became an Upward Bound student. But it was a process. And ever since then, Dean Stroy has been in our lives. Now, my daughter was just getting in high school, and now she's a professor at Virginia State University. So I got to attribute some of that to Dean Stroy. But we hosted the SPAA students at Broadway House one evening, and they had an opportunity to meet all of the disciplines, director of social work, the director of HR, the CEO. We all stayed to have a conversation about what it was going to be like once you left college. In the real world is what we talked about. Coming from behind the books is what we talked about, and how to put what you learn into practice, and some of the barriers that you were going to come upon. It was a wonderful night. And once it was over, we sat and we talked about just sitting around talking about different things. And it was a really great night because we were able to get some of the students that came back later on to intern at our program, learned a whole lot about HIV in the community. So we're grateful to have been part of this process. I am also one of the field instructors for the social work program here. And I'm just grateful to be a part of making a difference in my community. So thank you, SPAA. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you everyone in person and virtually who was able to give a little story in regards to their time here at Rutgers SPAA. Thank you once again. And now I'm going to pass it over to Chastity.
So we actually do have one more person who would like to share some words. We have Michael Dillard.
Well, I just knew if I did not chime in, Director Stroy was going to perhaps call me out too. But I just wanted to follow up just to personally thank Director Gloria Horton. You know, they rolled out the red carpet for us. I serve as an assistant teaching professor with SPAA, as well as the undergraduate program director. And I do remember that time about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, taking my entire class over to the Broadway House for Continuing Care. And Gloria Horton and her entire team was supportive of our students, so much to the point where they offered internship opportunities to our students. And it was a great opportunity, I would say, for the students, number one, to at least see behind the scenes, what does it take to overall manage an operation, to manage a large nonprofit organization, understanding from soup to nuts all of the many nuances of what it takes, from finance to budgeting to human resources to food and nutrition and so on. But more importantly, to also just see all of our alum here today. Events such as this really brings all of us together. More importantly, obviously, we're experiencing a pandemic and it's challenging times, but just to, you know, in full circle to see and reflect on all of your accomplishments. I know for me personally, I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. Although I had finished my undergraduate degree in business, I really didn't, you know, have a clear direction after finishing undergrad in terms of, you know, what direction I wanted to go into. I worked for a few years in the healthcare arena, managing nursing homes and assisted living facilities. I also had the opportunity to work in mortuary services. And then I also, Sharon, you know, kind of stalked Gail Daniels in terms of getting into the MPA degree program, and it was the best decision. In full circle, I never would have thought, after sitting in some of those classes and being taught by some, you know, phenomenal faculty members, that I too would have that opportunity to then later on be teaching in those same classrooms, inspiring students, you know, impacting lives. In addition to, you know, my role as, at that particular time when I served as an adjunct professor, but before becoming an assistant teaching professor with SPAA, I also served as a full-time director for the Chancellor's Office, for the Office of University and Community Partnerships with Dr. Diane Hill. And I served as the director of the Are You Ready for Work program, where we provided college readiness and career readiness for high school students in the city of Newark, ranging from 10th through 12th grade. But it was all of those skills that I learned throughout my SPAA academic career that made a difference to me to be able to give back to my community, to give back to people who look like me, who come from similar backgrounds, similar challenges, and so on. So I wish I could certainly be there. I had no idea Sharon was going to bring Gloria, and you should have called me. If that, I would have came in. But I'm also prepared for class. But I just had to, you know, at least chime in just to say, you know what, just great job to everyone, and thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much. So at this time, I would like to bring up the fundraising announcement yet again. So our 15 for 15 campaign. I'm actually going to check to see where we are. So we currently have $310 raised. I will share in our Zoom chat the link again. If you're in person, Monica has flyers that you can scan the QR code if you're interested in participating. Thank you all for those who have thus far. Feel free to send to a friend of a friend, post on your social media. We are in an age that it's very virtual right now. So, you know, if we could just push that presence just to support SPAA, so hopefully we can march on to another 15 years. It's been an honor to be a part of this SPAA Ambassador program. I'm sure Monica feels the same way, and we really, really would appreciate your support at this time. So I'm going to put this in the chat, and I'm going to pass this on to Director Stroy.
All year, the School of Public Affairs and Administration has been celebrating its 15th anniversary. And now, with the culmination of this celebration, we are looking for 100 people to donate $15 each to help us reach our goal of $1,500 raised for the SPAA Ambassador Program. The Ambassador Program is a multi-level leadership opportunity for students to have a seat at the table with the administration when decisions are being made on how to better our program. Our goal is $1,500, but if we reach our goal, we will have a matching $1,500 donation to take us to $3,000 raised for the Ambassador Program. So we're reaching out to you, our family, our friends, alumni, and supporters to help us reach this goal. Can you donate $15 today? Happy anniversary, SPAA.
First and foremost, can we please give a round of applause to our two hosts tonight, Monica Galas and Chastity Gooding-Clark. They are a part of our second cohort of SPAA ambassador programs. And as you heard from the remarks of everyone, please understand that my passion extends to the entire SPAA family. Faculty, staff, students, and alumni, we are all in this together. And we're currently under the leadership of Dean Charles Menefield, who always says, we are a SPAA family. So on behalf of Dean Menefield and the entire SPAA family, thank you to those who joined us in person. Thank you to those who joined us in virtual and Zoom. Please support the SPAA Ambassador Program. Donate so we can get our matching goal of $1,500. It's a small token of appreciation, but our SPAA students do phenomenal work, and look forward to them launching the SPAA Peer Mentoring Program in the spring. So once again, good night, everyone. Be safe, have a great holiday, and get some rest. Good night, everyone. Anna, can you play some music video of Shane Fuller, who is our MPA alum, who is now recording a series of music. So we're going to share some music as we close out. Feel free to send love virtually to everybody in the chat, and we will pack up some food as we are leaving here this evening. Anna, play the music video. Thank you, Anna. Good night, everyone. Turn it back up.
Academia is overwhelming. You can't accept it if you never felt it. You feel jaded, I'm unapologetic. But you are naturally because I'm magnetic. Cold magnetic, I'm energetic. Better moves when I'm truly aesthetic. Activated by my aura, let's get it. Infatuation rules, all of this swelling. Like magnets, we attract those with qualities we lack. The pull is also true, but I can't keep myself away from you. I'm mesmerized by the things you do. Mesmerized by the way you move, why you lie so well. It sounds so true. Don't know why I continue to pursue. I gotta figure that out. Separate thee from me. Separate thee from me. You know you all the positive. Opposites attract, but you won't be separate. You fight the urge to stay with the kid. Running away from the life we could live. Separate thee from me. Separate thee from me. Separate thee from me. Separate thee from me. You're negative, all the positive. Opposites attract, but you won't be separate. You fight the urge to stay with the kid. Running away from the life we can live. The love I had to give was overwhelming. You can't accept it if you never felt it. You feel jaded, I'm unapologetic. But you were naturally because I'm magnetic. Cold magnetic, I'm energetic. Matter moves when I'm truly aesthetic. Captivated by my aura, let's get it. Infatuation moves when it's swelling. Like magnets, we attract those with qualities we like. The pull is also true, but I can't keep myself away from you. I'm mesmerized by the things you do. Mesmerized by the way you move, why you lie so well. It sounds so true. Don't know why I continue to pursue. I gotta be separate thee from me. 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 Don't fight the law of attraction. You limit the potential with this chemical reaction. You're killing the passion. Embrace what is happening. Before this love ends up passing, leaving you sick, no more laughing. Reveal the hurt that you're masking. You're killing the passion. Embrace what is happening. Separate thee from me. 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 Don't fight the law of attraction. You limit the potential with this chemical reaction. You're killing the passion. Embrace what is happening. Before this love ends up passing, leaving you sick, no more laughing. Regret the hurt that you're masking. You're killing the passion. Embrace what is happening. Be from me. Separate me 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 from
When feathers are near, angels appear. And so it says based on the color of the feather, it represents a certain message. And this feather in particular represented stability and grounding. And it was a reminder that I'm a lot more stable and grounded than I think I am. So don't ever let nobody knock you off your rocker. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you make you feel like you out of character, like you out of whack, because they don't know what's going on with themselves. And if it's shade, it's shade. And I just don't care. Because it's real. Nobody should ever be able to tell you how you feel or who you are, how you should carry yourself.
inside, you'll see. Time heals wounds, just breathe. Look inside, you'll see. Time heals wounds, just breathe. Look inside, you'll see. Seeking stability in places that's familiar. Blurry vision, purpose hardly getting clearer. Repeating actions, relaxing as time passes, as time passes by. Questions arise wondering why do I keep up this cycle with you? Repeat this cycle of abuse. Limit my growth, suppressing my truth, indulging your fruit. I'm losing my youth, fulfilling the prophecy that is you. Oh no, 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 I gotta go. Life is off and my angels say so. They told me it's time to let go. Spread my wings, re-enter my flow. Inside you'll see. Time heals wounds, just breathe. Look inside you'll see. Time heals wounds, just breathe. To provide stability, you're more than able to provide that stability that you see, the stability that you see, the stability that's in me and you. Stability we need to make all our dreams true. Let's follow through on our dreams and our passions. Why they say dreams best and we bigger than that we will never happen. Never know what I'm doing, I think I'm playing. Y'all looking at me and thinking that I'm saying. Y'all think I'm saying something that's so crazy. I don't really understand me on a daily. I'm trying to figure how I wanna really understand me. I'm gonna do it just when I'm ready. Ready to let go of it and accept me. Look inside, you'll see. Time is free. Look inside, you'll see. Time is just free.